Welcome to our first recording for the year 2022. We are very grateful that we have yet another opportunity to talk about these amazing technologies. I hope that 2022 will be a better year for all of us, much better than the past 2 years where we were locked in our houses, and we somehow managed to devise ways of doing business, ways of running our corporates. And we have seen also a lot of digital transformation happening in the past 2 years. So we are very excited to see what is going to happen this year. Now, to kickstart the year, we have Julie, who is going to talk about the amazing things that she is doing within her space. I'm still with Johan Steyn, my partner in crime, and we are excited about this year. And Johan, I hope you're doing well, and welcome to the new year.
Lele, thank you. I've had so much fun with you the last few months doing these recordings. We've met some amazing people who are so open to share their experience and their knowledge. And that's, since I started exploring artificial intelligence and reaching out to people globally, I've been amazed at how often people are just so open to want to share knowledge, to connect. Even if they're very senior, working at Google or IBM or other big companies, I'm amazed at how open people are to want to talk about these things, because I think we all are grappling about what is this, where is it taking our world, what will the life of our children be in the future? And Zenzele and I have really been focusing on what is our passion, and that is to give exposure to people in South Africa and in Africa who are doing incredible work in this space, be it in a technical space, but in particularly in the space of societal impact, doing good, using this technology in healthcare, in education, and other areas. About 11, 12 years ago, I came back from living in England for a few years. And over time, I invited friends I made in England, and a lot of them were English, obviously, some were French or Norwegian or other nationalities, to visit me. And we would do the Kruger Park in Cape Town and places like that. And an amazing big part of those people decided to come and live here. Zenzele, we are so bombarded by all the negativity, and some of that is really irrelevant. I mean, we've got some seriously big problems, but we live in an incredibly amazing country, and people from other parts in the world, and in particularly Europe, my experience is once they've visited, once they've maybe worked here, a lot of them want to come and work here, and that is what Julie did. Julie Regairaz. Julie worked here at a local bank and started experiencing our country, and decided to spend more time here. So even though we're speaking to Julie from France at the moment, she is spending a lot of time here in South Africa, and hopefully returning very soon, lockdown permitting, all those things. But Julie is the founder of Steyn and Curious, that we will talk a lot about. Also, this amazing initiative called Be Curious. She worked in the US and France. She worked for companies like Intel and Motorola. So from a digital and technical point of view, such an experienced person. But Julie, from the very first time we started speaking, how you have been drawn to doing good with technology, and then particularly when it comes to educating our young people. So with that, having said that, thank you so much for your time. Very welcome. I hope you're doing well, and you enjoying the winter in France, are you? Come to the summer, please, soon.
I will. Thank you for having me. It's a great thing for me to speak about STEM curious and big curious, like you mentioned. So I'm really excited to share and excited that 2022 hopefully will kick off with a lot of events and actually things we can do in South Africa. So I'm excited. Thanks.
Really, maybe to kick it off, what I'm always keen about is what is it about South Africa and your experience when you first worked and lived here that created this passion in you to want to be here and to want to work here and do things? What is it about this country that's initiated that drive in you?
Okay, so again, like you said, I've been here. The first time I came here was with Intel. I've been part of a group that is called Intel She Will Connect, and we created the first few groups. So we worked with more than 200 women. We did a focus group to try to have a program, and if you look at it, it's actually live. Intel She Will Connect is a program that help empowering women with technology. So right there, my first foot on South African soil was to work with women and empower female with what they really need. And today, I mean, I know that the female population that I met in South Africa, and was not just in the suburban, it was in the rural area. We went to Polokwane, and I met amazing people who wanted to help these women in identifying what is the technology that they would need, and what is the gap in terms of knowledge that software could help them to empower them in their business, in improving their health, improving the education of their community. Because we all know that when a woman is educated, she's actually educating the whole community. So that's why the focus was on women. So my first love was meeting these women. I'm still in touch with a lot of them, and meeting those men who actually are working towards, reducing the gender gap and reducing the gap in technology in South Africa. So that's why.
Awesome. Thank you, Judy. You also the founder of STEM Curious, where you create an environment that is conducive for young people, teenagers in particular, to learn about these technologies, develop digital skills, etc. My question is, how important is it? Because I know Johan is very passionate when it comes to the future of our children and this technology. But how important is it that we start educating the young people, the children about this? Not only the people in the working class or people at university, but how important is it that we should start at a very lower level, for a lack of a better word, to start teaching children as young as 15 or 13, for that matter?
Okay, thanks for the question. The real thing about educating or actually having action throughout the pipeline. When I say the pipeline, is like we have the kids. For me, it's starting 6 years old. Having actions on bringing awareness, keeping them curious. I like the word curious because they're curious, right? Everybody's curious, and they ask questions, and being there not just to answer, but to say, let's try it, let's look at it, let's observe it. What are the having them questioning themselves and understanding the world through their own questions, and actually empowering them with finding the solutions. Or it's not only with one solution, it's trying to find ideas. What can you build? What solution could you create? Critical thinking. This is what is important, I think, for the young ones. Keep bringing that light, and then having them thinking about solutions, resolving problems. Problem solving skills is one of the most critical skills for our future. So our kids needs to have those skills, and through STEM activities, and STEM activities can be done through so many ways, with or without a computer. We can learn how to solve problems. real life problems, kids problems today with them. So that's the first thing, is having actions and workshops or activities that we can do everywhere around the world, even in Africa, with whatever means we have. This is one thing that we need to do. And I think this is important, that we start really young. There's no age to say, okay, we cannot access knowledge or technology through curiosity. Then I think one age group that is really critical is the one that today have access to technology, may it be expensive or not. I'm talking about smartphones. Today, smartphones is accessible. Everybody knows what it is as a smartphone, and some of them, everybody maybe have a smartphone or access with or without data to a smartphone. And there's so many applications there that could be not useful just to say hi to friends and socialize. It is here to be a tool for our future. So if this, let's say 15, 25 years old, are now more introduced to how technology can solve their real life problems with unemployment, with I don't know, health, or how can I create a business? How, all those things. And I'm not talking just about knowledge and content. It's about how does it work? What are the tools that I can use? If nobody shows you, or you don't even question yourself, then there's no way you can learn. So the idea is that we need to focus on that age group that is a workforce for today and tomorrow. And that is also the workforce that will inspire the younger ones. So to me, this is really critical that we have actions. And I'm not talking about big programs, like small programs where we first bring awareness and continuing bringing that generation back to curiosity. And how does it work? How can it help? I want money. Okay, then what are my ideas? What is my talent? They may not know their talent. Everybody has talents. So let's discover our talents. Now, that's, I think, what we need to do is, like, there's the younger ones that we can, bring awareness through easy access to technology, easy access to activities that can be done anywhere. And then there's teens, I would say, teens and youth, that needs to be now, okay, how can I apply whatever I have in my hands? This is a powerful tool. What are the tools for me to actually bring up to a better life for myself?
Yeah, I would love to ask you a double or two-folded question. On the one hand, in your experience, are organizations or companies in South Africa open and enthusiastic about programs like this? And secondly, what do they do to partner with you? I mean, I know obviously they can contact you and go through your website, but what is that starting point? Is, when you have that first meeting with a big bank who wants to sponsor some of these initiatives. So yeah, is there a willingness? Do you see an enthusiasm for this? And practically, how do people partner with your organization?
So this is a great question, because I think this is the key. It is that big corporation, of course, they have the business to run, and they have strategy and everything. So, but the thing is that most of the business I work with, they're also in transition. There's in transformation. They have needs, and one of the main needs they all have, and this is a common thing, they all need talent. Now, talent, you have senior talent, and you can go and hire them in different corporate or in different domain. You can also train your own people. Like, you have to invest, and they know that this is something that they're working on for the longest time. But now, new talent that are ready for the fourth IR, they're really rare. They're not there. And guess where they are? They are already in your country. They already are facing the problems that everybody face. They're there. They have talent, but they're young, and they need to be embraced, integrated in your companies. Now, it is difficult to integrate and at the same time transform. So companies, they're keen on solution on how to integrate talents. And so this is why investing on talents, young talent, is a good thing for any corporate to start saying, okay, we're going to invest in programs that are very easy through corporate social responsibilities. And at the same time, it's a benefit for the company to actually have access to the local communities. And so financing programs, nonprofit organizations that are actually, creating programs around digital awareness, digital savviness, and that are really close to your own community is the first thing. And this is why I'm talking to big corporate through their corporate social responsibility programs. So that's the first step. Now, again, those companies have a business to run, and they need solution on how do we train, how do we integrate, what are the programs that would actually accelerate their transformation and accelerate their integration of young talent. So that is today their question, and I think today we need to work on models that are similar to incubators. What is an incubator is it is a safe place where you have some expertise and people who can handle change management. And so the idea would be to create incubators for each corporate, so that the corporate can come with their problems, can come with some of their expertise, but they're missing the technical expertise, they're missing the talent. So the idea is to put all of them in a pot, mix it, and have those programs that are actually not part of the business. Like, it's not a must do. It's, we can take the time to bring up the talent, we can take time to integrate the talent, we can take time to understand the business, we can finance that at its own pace. But guess what? If we give enough time, if we bring out around the table the right people on real problem, business problem, it is going to have a result. And then we're going to be able to learn from that and then eventually integrate those young talent much faster in the industry with less stress. So I think, okay, here I'm trying to give a hint on this is something that I want to reach with STEM Curious, is creating those incubators that are safe place where experts are becoming expert. We give enough time to that expertise to actually mix and run, and we actually observe, oh, we have a proof of concept, it works. So the industry is going to be in a safe place because they have their project that actually are working, they have talent they can identify and eventually integrate in their teams. And then guess what? Everybody wins. People have jobs, and then are fastly, up and running in the business.
I like those suggestions, to create the incubators for all these corporates and nurture talent and tap into that talent as well. Maybe my last question, I think you probably answered part of it, but I wanted to to understand any projects that we should look forward to in this year from your side in terms of pursuing this vision of empowering young people and preparing them, I'd like to say, for the inevitable disruption.
Okay, so many projects, as you know. So there's camps for the young ones. So the idea is to work with NGOs on creating camps for underprivileged kids. There are camps for schools that actually have access to computer science rooms, and we can run camps for the parents and for the kids and the parents that are in that schools. So that's for the younger ones. For the incubator, so we're actually working hard on this. Again, the idea of 2022 is to prove that this is possible. So we're working on addressing some of the corporate that would like to work with us, and actually providing projects that they would like to work with us so that we can partner with them and then showcase that incubator model. But the main project that I would really love, to take off this year, and then we're working hard, and Johan knows about this project, is called Be Curious. So Be Curious is a nonprofit, and Be Curious are 3 different projects that are eventually the same. The idea is to engage the youth with very simple, I would say, workshops. They're like 2 to 3 weekends workshops, and they're around 3 different topics: music, fashion, and sport, which I think everybody can agree a lot of youth everywhere around the world are connecting with. So the idea is to, in those 3 domains, is to have workshop where we work from an idea. Let's take the example of fashion. We're going to run a workshop with a group of female and male, and those youth, they will look at how can I create an impactful t-shirt with a message. We'll have themes, and then we'll ideate with them. We'll go through the innovation process with them, ideation process. They'll create and co-create designs. They'll design it on the computer with tools that is accessible to them. Once they have the design, it's like, okay, what do I do with my design? How do I make my voice show on the shirt, and how can I finance that? So we have workshop with them on how can they advertise on the platform their design, and eventually get sponsored and have their own t-shirt to wear, and maybe sell their shirt and design around the world. So that's one for design, for fashion. The same thing is going to work for sports, same thing, but we're going to also try to embrace the fact that being a team is important, creating your own identity. It's not all about learning how to create a shirt or a jersey. It's about what does it take when I have an idea, when I want to have impact, when I have a problem. I can do it. I need a team to do it. I need to talk to the people. If I don't know who it is, then I need to ask questions. And then eventually, how do I commercialize it? How do I use social media to, raise my voice apart from my community, but outside in South Africa and maybe around the world? Maybe in France, I could buy South African shirts and designs. So, it's here we're trying to give the power to the kids and to the youth in, okay, the technology is here, and if you have an idea, then there are processes, there are people you can connect to, and then eventually you can have your shirt, you can have your team jersey, or you can create your own beats. That's a little bit the surprise about the music, is I'm working on collaborating with people, so that South Africa is really rich in terms of music. And Africa in general, and the beats should resonate around the world. And so giving the power to the kids and the youth in creating their own beats, again, it is something that I really look forward to see happening in 2022.
Really, I've over the years, I've done a lot of work in some of the rural areas, and I've met some of the smartest, most talented young people I could imagine, who might never have proper opportunities. So it's a big part of, I think, for me and Zenzele, and I know for you, what drives us. I think the answer to a lot of our problems in South Africa and in Africa, those answers are within our people. And I love these initiatives. So, we're going to definitely put your website onto the YouTube video when we release this. I think there would be organizations and corporates who would want to partner with you, but there also are people who would say, I want to be part of it. I've got one Saturday a month. I want to do stuff. I sometimes think if you have a semi-decent job, then it's more difficult to give time than to give some money. And I think obviously all organizations like yours need sponsorship to do the good work you're doing. But you also need people to say, I've got a skill in admin or in printing flyers or in organizing events or whatever. So we would love to we're obviously going to put that on there, and we want to encourage all our viewers, reach out to Julie, get involved, be part of something incredible. So Julie, listen, we can't wait for you to come back, hopefully soon. And we look forward to follow the work that you're doing. And we are so very blessed and privileged to have somebody like you on our recording today. And we wish you all the very, very best. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much. I look forward to work with everyone who wants to participate.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And we really appreciate Julie. Please subscribe if you have not subscribed to these videos, and learn more about how this technology is transforming different industries. I would like to promote this book. It's for free to be coming out in the next few days. Johan Steyn put together articles that he wrote last year where he was talking about AI from different perspectives. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. You'll receive that book free of charge. Yeah, thank you so much. See you next time.